The next item to come before the meeting of personnel actions, which the board has had for several days to look at. But any board members have any questions of Mr. Craig or any other members of the staff regarding any of the personnel actions?
Mary, there was only that one change since the preliminary report was sent out.
There were like 6 personnel actions in bold print, but very few that were added today. They're in bold print.
Does the board have ample time to review any more questions? Superintendent recommends that the personnel actions be approved. Is there a motion to do so? Second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve personnel actions. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Personnel actions are approved. The next item to come before us are business actions. The monthly financial statements, payroll, cash disbursements, and the budget approval for this next year. Again, the board has had the financial records and items for some time to review and study and contact the staff regarding questions. But are there questions of the board members, of Mr. Craig or any members of the staff tonight? On this portion of the action items, the business actions, are there any questions from members of the public tonight? Questions or comments regarding any of the business actions? If not, the superintendent recommends approval of business actions. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded to approve the business actions as recommended by the superintendent. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? They are approved. The next item to come before the board is the approval of contracts for a variety of purposes as set forth in the agenda. Again, those contracts have been provided to the board for several days beforehand. But are there questions of board members, of any of the staff, or Mr. Craig, regarding any of the contracts?
I have one question. I had asked Mary Jo this earlier. What is the sick bank committee?
It's under state code, we have a committee, if we have people that elect to defer time into the sick bank, and there's a committee organization that runs that. And one of the aspects is that there's one person who is an appointee of the superintendent and the board to participate in that committee. We hold elections of members of the sick bank and the other board members of that.
Do the officers change once a year?
They don't have to. They can serve, there's a limit, there's a term limit, which I don't recall.
5 years.
5 years.
Five.
Yeah, 5 years, for how long they can serve.
And generally, the primary responsibility is to approve catastrophic sick leave applications. And that's where employees can essentially share and donate leave balances to other employees who have certain hardships.
And that program has been very meaningful to a number of wonderful members of the staff of the school system over the years. Contracts, on the subject of contracts as outlined in the agenda, are there any questions or comments from any members of the public on any of those items? If not, the superintendent recommends that all the contracts be approved by the board. Is there a motion to do so?
I move.
Is there a second? Motion made and seconded to approve the contracts as recommended by the superintendent. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The next item is the approval of the superintendent's recommendation for the sick bank committee. The item we were just talking about. Any further discussions or questions by the board on that exception to the sick bank committee. Any questions or comments from any members of the public regarding that topic? If not, the superintendent recommends approval of the recommended sick bank committee composition. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the superintendent's recommendation for the sick bank committee. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That is approved. The last item of action come before the board tonight is the approval of salvage items. Again, the board has received this list of salvage items in advance, but members of the board may have questions of some of the staff on some of the items. Will there be any questions or inquiries at this time from the board members?
Is there any value in any of this you're gonna try to sell?
I think they've worked in a truck, where somebody's gonna pick them up and they'll trade it in to get some replacement equipment.
I mean, do you donate them to other high schools?
They tried, we went to all, they went to the feeder schools and talked to months and we couldn't find anyone that wanted it. I think the type of equipment it is rather outdated. Because it either came when Henry High School was first built or when it came from Old Berry, we're not really sure. Anyway, but we do have someone that's going to pick them up and then use them as a trade-in on some replacement.
Any further questions from the board? How about from the public? Any questions or comments from any members of the public regarding the salvage items list to be approved tonight? I will add, for those of you who are not here regularly, that many of these items do end up being sold, and a lot of them do end up in the hands of people who need them very badly outside of our school system, as they should. They do a lot of good in the community. Superintendent has recommended approval of the salvage items list tonight. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Second? Motion made and seconded to approve that recommendation. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That item is approved. We're now at part of the agenda for public participation on any subject, not limited by those that were previously on the agenda. Do we have members of the public who would like to speak or pose questions or in any way be involved? If so, I'm going to ask you to at least stand and state your name so we can get your name for the minutes. If you would like to come up front, you're welcome to do that as well. All right, thank you. We'll end the public participation part of the program and the meeting, and ask Superintendent, you have some brief information reports.
I'm gonna summarize the packet of information passing out this point.
I submitted, and Mr. Craig is submitting to you copies of the most recently written and developed curriculum at the elementary level. There's math for grades K through 5, social studies for grades grades 3 through 5, and physical education for grades K through 5 for your review and possible approval in the October meeting.
Kind of standard operating is have a full month to review and look through any questions you have and family and hopefully bring that to consideration at the October meeting.
Thank you. Any new business to come before the board tonight? If not, our next regular meeting will be on Monday night, October the 11th at 5:30 here. We will now adjourn and go into the executive session, and the secretary will call us. Go into recess, I'm sorry. Go into executive session, and the secretary will enter into the minutes certification by our attorney compliance.
I anticipate that it will be less than an hour,
We will come back in this room to adjourn. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for your interest and for being here.